What's up, biscuits? It's me, Andres Salazar, and today I'm excited to talk to you about L'Orange. The world is still in chaos, but I feel better. Now, I first was calling it Lil Orange because I'm a little ghetto, I guess, and I didn't know it was L'Orange, okay? And L'Orange is a music DJ and producer, hip hop, and I love this freaking album. The world is still chaos, but I feel better. First off the top, L'Orange, with a name like Austin Hart, you got a last name of Hart. You can do so much with Hart, but you don't like your last name, you go by L'Orange. That's fine. All kidding aside, this is a really fun freaking album. Let me go back to L'Orange. I'm going to keep saying that I love it. I'm going to keep going back to his discography. He's done about 14 different albums. Underground hip-hop DJ, producing scene from North Carolina. Signed on in 2014 with, I think it's called Mellow Music Group. He's done a lot of work with different artists, different MCs, and this is one of his projects he's done just himself. And it was during COVID, right? So it was like, the world is crappy, the world is chaotic, it is crashing down upon us, but you know what? We'll have a moment of self-care, we'll take care of ourselves, we'll feel better. And that's kind of the positivity storytelling that he tells in this record. 22 tracks, 36 minutes. So they're small quick little tracks, but they kind of like flow into one another and tell the story of, surviving the pandemic. And I assume that we'll see a lot of these this year and next year of artists, creators of all types, writers, musicians, actors, telling these same stories of like feeling like the world is crashing upon them literally and finding a way to take care of yourself. And that's kind of the positive vibe of this album. L'Orange works with old school sounds, old pre-50s jazz, soul, stuff like that. So it's right up my freaking alley. He did an album called Old Soul, which is just based on Billie Holiday. Please tell me you know who Billie Holiday is. If you don't, go look her up. She is probably my favorite jazz singer, one of my favorite singers, period. I like her more than Aretha Franklin or Ella Fitzgerald, to be honest. So I think Billie Holiday is the bomb. Anyway, he does too. Made a whole freaking album for her, okay? So he is like, I'm in the zone with what he likes as far as like vinyl and finding old vinyl, kind of like Madlib, right? And back in the day when he was younger, we were all younger, it was like Madlib and Jay Dilla, right? Donuts. So that's what people went to. And so he's got that kind of vibe of going through the crates, finding these old jazz and soul elements and putting them in this record, this sound, and adding beats and doing the kind of DJing stuff. And really weaving in these old voices from the past, bringing them into our time and having them resonate with us. That's badass, right? There's no MC on this album. There's no modern voice. There's no guy, there's no like Freddie Gibbs breaking it down. It's finding things in the past, and even some in the not so recent, not so far past, like this whole line of the world is still chaotic, but I feel better is a line from this comedian Nish Kumar, who's I think is British comedian. He says that, and there's a great sample towards the end of him kind of breaking that little phrase down and all that. So the album is just freaking great. It starts off with some great tracks. I love the second track. Darbin is a trap house. I just love those samples in there. Just wonderful samples. And the fourth track, I Don't See You, has this great bluesy sound, this great like soul sample that is so freaking good. Coffee, another great track, has this Japanese like background kind of narration or a bit in there. And if you put some natural speaking, some Japanese, I'm all over it because, konnichiwa, okay? Ichiban. I'm all about that. Itadakimasu. Okay. Someone you can. What was the other? Someone You Can See Me is a great one. Spin Art. I really like the beats on Spin Art, and I feel better with that last track, which is kind of more of an electronic beat. I really like L'Orange. I found out about him. Actually, it was on Tidal. It was like a recommended. I listened to it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get this guy stuff. I went through and found those records. Now, let me say this: you cannot get this album. You cannot get this vinyl. There's no cassette. There's no CD. There's no 8-track of this. It's digital only for now that we know of. And so I recommend go checking out Bandcamp and buying it there. That's the way to do it, I assume. I think his website too, L'Orange Production, you can get it there as well, digitally. But if I could buy the vinyl, I would buy the vinyl. I'm going to pay the $25 and the $5 shipping, and I'm going to get that vinyl because it is good. It really is good. No joke. So I totally recommend downloading it. Go to Tidal, download it, listen to it, check it out, buy it on Bandcamp. It is a buy for me, for sure. What more to say? What's interesting about this album and this kind of music is it's almost like found art. It's hip-hop. But it's hip-hop because it's like this amalgamation of different things in the past that we put together and we put this backbone. The backbone being the beats, you know what I mean? The 808s or the hi-hats or the whatever, right? And that's the backbone. And then you're putting on like modular, like a Lego, these little like elements, these song elements from an old jazz recording or an old voice or an old poem. And you add that on there. And it really does create something unique and different. And so it's hip hop, but there's like, it's electronica and it's these other things as well. So, we as humans, we like to categorize things. We like to put them in boxes. And so, yeah, it's hip hop, but I would say this has also got some atmosphere to it. It's got that old jazz flavor. It's not just people who like rap, right? It's a lot of different stuff in there, and I feel like it has broad appeal. You could bang this in your car as you're driving down Blackstone Avenue. You can also play this while you're sweeping the floor or mopping or cleaning the toilet or whatever the freak, right? So I say it's a buy. That's my advice. Go check this out. I give this a strong 4 biscuits. This is a 4 biscuit, maybe even 4.5. We'll do 4 biscuits. I'm trying to save those higher ones for later. But this is a great album. There you go. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Subscribe, like, check it out, and hit that bell icon for more videos. Thank you guys much for watching, and see you later.